Atinye kamang'unet ale imite komye eng olda tugul ole imitei ako atochin eng logoiwekab emet kong'ete Kass TV nesomanun kwane Bernard Tanoi. Kakomwa minista nebo somanet Migos Ogamba kole tindoi serikali maket nebo kosuldae koshinet nekiityi serikali ak konetik chebo sukulishekab barak nekiipchi kitelel strike nekikakotestai eng kasarta nebo betusiek 49. Kong'ong Ogamba kole kokotyakta serikali kebeberta netai nebo rabinik chemakat keliponji konetichoto kosubkei ak koshinet nekikiityi ako makat ketyakta rabinichata koite tarik 31 arawani. Kong'ololi eng igorta nebo kamang'unetab kipsomaninik anan graduation eng sukulitab barak nebo Kenyatta University, komwa Ogamba kole kebeberta nebo aeng nebo rabinichata kotetat kinde budget nebo kenyit nenyonei chekiliponi eng arawetab tisab kenyitab 2026.
The recent industrial action by our dedicated staff, though unfortunate in its timing and consequences, highlighted a very legitimate concern: the timely negotiation and proper implementation of the signed collective bargaining agreements. Let me be clear: the government is fully committed to industrial harmony because university staff are the engine of our education, and their welfare dictates the quality of education that we deliver as a country. We have listened, we have engaged, and we have now established a clear path forward. The outstanding arrears from the 2017-2021 collective bargaining agreements are now being settled as agreed. The first installment of the 7.7 billion of 3.8, which was due to be settled by the 31st of December 2025, has already been paid to your university accounts yesterday, and it's appropriate that we now have something to do or to use. Ladies and gentlemen, the balance of the 3.8 would be paid as scheduled in the financial year 2026-2027. We are resolute in our commitment to fast-track the negotiation and conclusion of the 2025-2029 collective bargaining agreements. We must and we will break this cycle of industrial strife and build an environment of trust and harmony in our institutions, all the way from basic education to higher education. Ladies and gentlemen, even as we resolve these financial liabilities, we must reflect soberly on the true cause of these strikes, including the 7-week strike that's occurred recently. This interruption to the academic calendar carries a cost far greater than the amount of money that was being requested. We lost time in learning. Parents lost time and money in sustaining students who are not being taught. We lost time and money as a government, as a nation itself. Ladies and gentlemen, to avoid this recurring cycle, our universities must embrace radical transformation towards financial competitiveness and sustainability. The exchequer cannot continue to bear the entire weight of the university sector. We must move away from a culture of dependence towards innovation in revenue generation, leveraging the very digital tools that we are talking about. Our universities must leverage their research expertise, their talent pool, and their infrastructure to become self-sustaining economic hubs. I challenge Kenyatta University and all our public universities to monetize digital innovation, optimize resources, and seek strategic partnerships. Sustainability is the only path to genuine autonomy, and autonomy is key to global competitiveness.
Tesetai serikali kokonoptoi tetutik chebo ripsetab tiong'ikab timin asikotestai konyor kelchin emoni kobun tiong'ichoto. Kamwa Deputy President Professor Kithure Kindiki kole kokoboisie emoni ortinwekab kasari cheu artificial intelligence AI koboto satellite eng ripsetab tiong'ichoto ole tesetai kwendi barak koitetab kiprutoinik cherutechin emoni asikokerchigei tiong'ik eng bogosiek cheterter eng emet. Kong'ololi Kindiki eng igortab graduation nebo ofisaek 250 chebo KWS chekoiwong somanet eng komasta nebo Manyani ole kamite ak Minister nebo Tourism Rebecca Miano ak ofisaek alak cheechen chebo serikali.
Mafala wetu wa siku hii ya leo wameweza kuvaa mavazi yao rasmi ya kikazi.
To meet growing demand, KWS is expanding in-park facilities, increasing bed capacity from 1,800 to 4,000. New facilities are already under development, with more being planned. This will strengthen Kenya's position in leisure, adventure, and MICE tourism, while spreading economic benefits across every county of our country. To secure this heritage, the government is establishing a world-class national wildlife protection and anti-poaching modernization framework. We are integrating elite ranger units, intelligence-led operations, AI-enabled surveillance, drones, satellite-linked patrol systems, and modern command and control network across our protected areas. We are strengthening cross-border cooperation to dismantle international wildlife crime networks and establishing a national wildlife forensics and intelligence center to fight poaching with science and precision. I am informed that for the first time, the new cadets have undergone management trainings by the Kenya School of Government on diverse fields, equipping them with necessary skills to lead. As we modernize conservation, we are also transforming how it is financed. The government is anchoring wildlife on green financing and clean energy through climate funds, carbon markets, conservation bonds, public-private partnerships, and multilateral financing. We are mobilizing sustainable capital for wildlife protection, habitat restoration, ecosystem infrastructure, and community enterprises, while reducing pressure on the exchequer. To the 147 cadet officers graduating today, you are now equipped with requisite operational leadership and technical competencies necessary to address emerging threats in wildlife protection, environmental security, and natural resource governance in Kenya.
Today, we proudly pass out 250 officers, comprising of 147 new cadets present in front of you, and 103 serving junior officers who have successfully completed 9 months and 6 months of intensive and purpose-driven trainings, respectively. This parade, Your Excellency, represents not only the growth of our human capital, but also the deliberate investment by government in building a professional, disciplined, and future-ready conservation agency, the Kenya Wildlife Service.
This pass-out parade comes at a very strategic moment. Just last week, we celebrated Jamhuri Day that was themed tourism, wildlife, and mice, an opportunity to showcase what the government is doing in terms of tourism and wildlife conservation. Your Excellency, these officers will be an addition to the resource that is required to propel the mandate that we have been given as a ministry and our 3 priorities going forward, that is promoting investments in the tourism and conservation sector, capacity building, and aggressive marketing that will reintroduce Kenya to the world under our new manifesto, Magical Kenya, the origin of wonder.
Nenetesetai ko eng kasarta netesetai ngalalet neo kotinygei ak tetutietab President William Ruto nebo kokanapta emoni koityi emotinwek chikoba tai eng bandab tai cheu Singapore, ko kakomwa Minister nebo Rabinik John Mbadi kole isuldoi tetutionoto amu tindoi serikali bongonutik chemiach chetokyinigei koker kole kaisulda tetutionoto. Kosubkei ak Mbadi kowendi legutab bandab tai nebo trillion 5 netou serikali kotoreti emoni kosuldae boisionik cheibu walet eng emet, ole some biikab emet komatkobet komong'unet kole bitu bandab tai eng Kenya amu tindoi tetutik chemiach serikali chebo kanaptaetab uchumi ak bandab tai.
You have asked, what is this Singapore dream, where we are, time frame? You know, let me be clear about this dream. And it is not a dream. It is a commitment that we are going that direction. Why? We are starting a national infrastructure fund. And this national infrastructure fund is going to get the initial capitation from the proceeds of privatization and divestiture. We are targeting about 600 billion shillings. Already we have identified over 300 billion shillings from KPC and divestiture of Safaricom alone. That will give us close to 350 or at minimum 300 maybe and 20 billion shillings. Then we will have to look for other sourcing of the rest of the amount. But we are not waiting. The moment we get these resources, we start the process. The process of crowding in private sector. And I've heard people saying, we are creating a private entity. This is not a private entity. This is going to be a limited, not all limited liability companies are private companies. I saw one legislator, a senator, speaking, and he has no understanding. He doesn't even understand. He is saying that we are starting a private company. There is nothing. This company is going to be a limited liability company which is formed under GOE, government-owned enterprise. From the word, it is a government-owned enterprise. Only that it is going to be commercially run. Only that it is going to be professionally run. Not like any other parastatals that we form and we bring politicians. In fact, in that fund, the board, we are saying if you have been in politics for the last 5 years, you will not be a board member. So we want to depoliticize this board. But it is a GOE. Let that go out clearly. I'm even hearing, how do we put public funds into private? There is nothing private. We are not taking public funds. No, the law cannot even allow you to take public funds to a private entity. In fact, even the Sovereign Wealth Fund, we are creating a holding account at the Central Bank of Kenya. So these are government entities, professionally and commercially run, which are going to crowd in private sector. And some people are saying, if you allow private people to come and put money in the company, it is not, that is not how it works. Kindly please, those who have not understood these things, hold your horses and listen to us first. This is not a fund where people are going to come in and invest money. There will be no provision. Kefa. Usifikiri ati sasa you are going to buy some shares in National Infrastructure Fund. That's not how it works. What is going to happen is that this fund will blend their resources with the private sector. They will tell you, okay, there is a project here this road is supposed to be done. It will be designed. This fund will be a professional institution that has people to design even projects and tell you this is the costing, this is how we are going to make money out of it, and from this you can invest. And investors will say this is a worthwhile investment. So how much do you have? As National Infrastructure Fund, we want to put in 20%, which is say 200 million or 200 billion. Can you bring in 800 billion?
Ngebago county noton nebo Baringo ole en kenyisiek chechang ko kikotiegei biikab Baringo aldaetab ng'ororek ak kiagik alak asikonyor chepkondok chekonoptoen sobonukwak. Ole en kenyit age tugul keoldoi kiagik chesirei 300,000. Tindoi county nebo Baringo sirosiekab kiagik cheite 32 ole kikotestai kolongei meng'ikab Baringo kubun aldaetab kiagichoto. Ko eng kenyini ko tetat kealda ng'ororek chesirei 5,000 eng siretab Kimalel Goat Auction nekiyoe eng weekend ne ole bendi konyoru keljin kabatik ole wendi kondochini aldaetab kiagichoto anan ng'ororechoto President William Ruto ak kandoik alak ole kaibor komong'unet gavana noton nebo Baringo Benjamin Cheboi kole bendi konyoru keljin neo biikab Baringo kubun aldaetab ng'ororek eng Kimalel Goat Auction nebo kenyini.
His Excellency the President, Honorable Dr. William Samoei Ruto, will preside over the culmination or the climax of the festivities that we are hosting this year, right here in Kimalel, and that we shall be having the festival for 3 days. We are definitely proud to invite all of you, come one, come all, enjoy the Baringo goat, the best goat that you can ever get, naturally salted, organic, and there is nothing better than that. We will be hosting everyone to a 3-day celebration. First, on 20th, where we shall have a few activities, one of them being a race for wheelchair users, sometimes called PWDs. We want them to be part of the celebration. And then we want to be also cognizant of the fact that these parts of the world is a sporting community. And we shall be hosting a race for 50-year-old, the seniors, between Kimalel right here down to, I don't know how many kilometers, maybe about 2 kilometers. Yeah, that would be quite interesting for people who are senior. If you are 50 and above, as much as 70. You know, remember during the last marathon that we had in Kiridam, we had a 65-year-old woman who ran the whole marathon. Now we want to give this opportunity to all adults older than 50 years so that we can engage them and award them with some reasonable prize. At the end of the day, we shall also be having sports, water sports in Lake Baringo. We have a traditional boat racing activity by fishermen and water sport lovers. It is in our local language called Kaldich, and we shall also have motorboats that will be competing for various awards. It is indeed a celebration. On the second day, we shall be having an exhibition to be held right here in Kimalel, where traders and investors shall be able to interact. We have worked together with the National Chamber of Commerce, led by their president, Dr. Ruto, so that we can give them an opportunity to express their will and interest in any investment that they would like to do in Baringo County. We'd also encourage our local community, businessmen, farmers, and all to come and showcase what investments are available here in Baringo County.
Kongete county noton nebo Baringo kebendoi county nebo Kericho ole eng kasarta nekait let tuyetab konetisiet nekoisuldae kibengeitab Unclaimed Financial and Assets Authority UFA eng kasarta nebo betusiek 5 eng Kericho kokoimuch konyor toretet biik chesire 5,000 eng tuyonoto koimuch bichoto konai akobo rabinik koboto malik chekimeto tupchosiek kwai koboto chekikeutie ole wendi kurutechin komoswek tugul chebo emet kibengeinata asikokoito konetisiet neu noto kongenyoru report noto kobun sirindenyo eng taonitab Kericho Robert Siele.
En betut nebo let nebo tuyetab biikab emet ak kibagengeitab Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority UFA en kiwanjetab Uhuru Gardens kokaimong kebalusiekab biikab emet asikonyorunen kelchin tetutik choton kobo chikiletab mogornotet chekikobur en kibagengeinoton en kasarta nekoi.
Amwoe kongoi kabisa en UFA this organization kokoibwech kasit konyo mashinani kotobwote ole kibendito ano Nairobi mongen Nairobi ole bane. Amwoe kongoi kabisa nashukuru amang'u ole awendi anyoru toretet. Kabubishan kabisa ako nyolu kobwa biik tugul ngotokobwa aketestaisiek akotokobwa kora bichoto kora bisiek alak.
Ang'eten tinret kokimi Kericho Uhuru Garden. Aweche kongoi en toretet nekaketoretech. Amwochini wananchi tugul biik chekokas radio akobo ng'alechu eb Unclaimed otokotin kaketoretech komie.
Kong'ololchin ketishoni en oret neinegen komwa afisayat neo anan CEO nebo kibagengeinoton nebo UFA Laban Molongo kole katestai tetutyonoton en oret nekararan kole konyor toretet biik cheite 5,000 ole tokyingei nguni boisietab kibagenge kibagengeisiek alak cheterter chebo serikali asikotesentai boisionoton.
We've partnered with a number of institutions. We have Huduma centers, so people who are not able to be served today, they'll be able to be served at the Huduma center within this particular region, and also within our offices. Within the Passes Plaza, as we talked about it yesterday, is that we've expanded our systems in a way that you can also do an online application. So as much as the day is ending today, there are still many channels that you can always reach us.
Kosubkei ak CEO noton kotokyingei nguni county nebo Kakamega ole kokobun counties 16 en tetutyonoton kitoige en kenyisiek aeng chekokosirto.
So far, this is our 16th county. We'll be going to Kakamega next month, and then thereafter we'll be looking at another additional. And we intend, for all practical purposes, we'll have done 20 counties by the end of 30th June this year. The program has been running for almost 2 years, and we had planned that by the end of the second year we should have done 50% of the counties. So there's a minimum of around 25 counties, and for all purposes then as we close June next year, we'll have finished the 25 counties.
Kacher Molongo biikab emet koibchi kamanut kalititab namunetab malik anan taxation asikotoret ak icheket en oret nekararan.
What we urge Kenyans is to process their taxation. What we've seen is that the succession has been done to a certain level, but it has not been completed. When you look at the statistics, quite a number of funds belongs to the people who have departed us. But the money is there, is only that we have not completed that process. So the urge that we have is that complete the succession process, and then you'll be able to support us as we do this work of giving back their monies to the rightful owners.
Kosubkei ak director nebo kibagengeinoton bo UFA Bernard Rono komakat kobit walet en ng'atutik asikokochi chamchinet nebo kimong makarnotosiek alak cheboto mbarenik chetere ng'atutikwak en nguni komakimong noton kikotestai kobetyo.
So ko en sheria chekimoche kewal kemoche keker kele kakinyoru mandate keityin okot akoi mbarenik chekikemeto ako kikebore keswen kochang mbarenik che makimuche keaccounten che ndoko kewal ng'atutik chebo unclaimed financial assets koik unclaimed assets nebo all the assets che kikebakakta che makingen kele bo ng'o ko kimuche ketanen those assets to become an economic value to our country.
Kong'eten county nebo Kericho logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyun ko Robert Siele.
Ngebe akoi county nebo Nandi ole tindoi kayanet chemung'oroindet nenaat eng emoni Dr. David Lagat DL kole wendi President William Ruto kosuldaen kayamisutik tugul chekikon eng kasarta nekibo campaign amait lewenisiet neo nenyonei. Kong'ololi eng county nebo Nandi komwa Dr. Lagat kole kikomuch President Ruto koyai boisionik chechang chekikoib walet eng emet, ole some biikab emoni kokochi inendet kasubet ak kasarta noton nebo kowong boisionik chetomo kotar. Kongenyoru report notok kobun sirindenyo eng kebeberta nebo Nandi Hills, Nelson Tarbei.
Kosubkei ak chemung'araindet David Lagat nenat ko DL, koboibochin ine boisionik cheterter chebo bandab tai chekokosuldae President William Ruto eng emoni, ole kere ine kole kokobit bandab tai eng kasarta nenwach nekokondochi Ruto emoni.
Ingele makitongosani ng'al chechang, makiborokoni ng'al, kikwerie polepole. Kaan iman ale mi barabarosiek lakini itakuja kutengezwa. Mi mpango au ya kamwoe. Chang tuguk chekochop. Kisicho kile SHA kimyono ng'alekata. Ole bi moboisie, ngonyoekse bi. Ngwa bi kio ger kole successful SHA. Ole utarak. Aran ko chitugul. Kongo jojo len kelen ko karan ng'ale korne ng'ale magimwoe lembeche. Kori kiote president ingola tugul ngiola tugul tekse. Koi bagili nembo barak ng'alekab kori matekate. Motekake moni.
Kekoite ine kurset kotie mising meng'ikab Kalenjin koro kole kekochi tiet President William Ruto, ole kere ine kole wendi Ruto kosuldae kayamisutik tugul.
Ongeribe emoni nyo. Kikoberure Mungu kenyor presidency. Matkee makosa kimete ngejerenyo yokone Mungu au konu Mungu sabar moja. Ngotko jerkweni keumiani. Ongeriki president akomete koimke ak emotinwek alak Nandi anan Masingishu anan Rift Valley. In all, our president is the best.
Kotinygei ak lewenisiet neo nenyonei mising nebo ng'echeretab gavana nebo county nebo Nandi, kocher ine meng'ikab county nebo Nandi tun kolewen kandoindet netinye tetutik chebo bandab tai.
Mi lagok, mi chepyosok chemeketi. Mekeib industrialization konyo Nandi. Mache every year komi industries cheketeche. Mache lagok kyok koek industries. Mitechu beek chekimutu. Mekeche mchumarik chekichoboisie eng Nandi. Makemeche nepkoibu mchumarik eng Kisumu anan ko Eldoret. Mekeche mchumarik kyok ak keoldochi biik kyok. Akot kotomo keku gavana meche ketou kasit nekiopani meeting kele kitaundoi ano, how do we start development in Nandi. Kot ko ngonyone gavana ko kikesetan kele kikamwa kole ni ako kotoi. Ng'alek kinyone chito ak kerkernatet ak kole amache aek gavana nebo ne amami kasit nekiyae. Inji nataka watu ambaye iko shujaa. Ni challenges ako may biik che brave. Tukoi ngokoini chito ng'echeret mokoi ovyo sikori Nandi kenyisiek mut. May chito nekakotiach muguleldanyi koboisie wok.
Kang'alal ine koinyi nemite ole sos eng kasarta nekakimong'u neranik chekikaba tumdo, ole kacher ine neranik koityi kamanutiet kabatisiet eng kasari makomite boisionik eng emet.
Emonu keborune economy, malik, kabatisiet, kekol chaik, kekol bandek, keyai mung'aret, komeche otorchigei lainata.
Kong'etegei county nebo Nandi logoiwekab emet chebo Kass. Kainenyu ko Nelson Tarbei.
Kayai kambaget chepyosok kobun komasta nebo Chepkut Bay eng Melilo, Narok County konerekchini mung'aretab maiyek chemachomdootin chekikowech boisionikab bandab tai eng kebeberatak. Kamwa chepyosochotok kole makomuchi murenik koyai boisionik kosubkei ak eisetab maiyek chotok machamdootin, ole some ichek serikali koib kakwautikab chokchinet kokirinda maiyek chotok asimatestai kokon asenet.
Kakibwan oret akobo lagokyok chekakobet maiywek. Nguni ketinye lagok cheruitos eng ngwony kokemurmur kelyek, kiwechweche amami kiy nekinyoen, kitinye tabu neo, kimoche serikalit kosorwech en nguni. Ko lagokyok kabar maiywek, kokakeeshe maiywek kong'eten nguni. Tomo koib hatua agetugul, ibwone kityo konyokonam tugun chekakikochi akoba keng'etu ak tabusiek. Kemou tugul kewoktosi akobo lagokyok. Name alak rotok, name alak koiywek. Obwan osorwech amun kakeumian. Kakobetyo lagok mi nekokebir en ng'weny nerue nemotinye ot kamet momi chito nerirchin momi chito netoreti momi chito nekoi rabinik chenyoengei mildogei en ng'weny kou musukyet kakeris kesom toretet ako kakonekitutu maiywek ngobwone lagok en sukul konyokoee maiywek korong mokebendi tinga en ireyu amokebendi oinet ngebendi kekwonge kityo kele kwany kimondoi en oret ireyu mi saipori kobut korik maiywek chuto amun itu boyotab mureret kinyokelenji kale kochuton kimye komandaen kon mureret iburchin ne anyoitu boyot ma kochut kimye o kamawo kasi boyot ko kawo bokoe maiywek nyokoloe mureret iman boyot en kamaiywek akinye akoibe ngokenik kune memi olokoe mami anatinye lokoe ako kiyen lakwet neming'in takwar nyeyany ikut nyone lokoe mami kisoptoi ano ko ki chepyoso kikemwaite kimwochi nyumba kumi kemwoi kirwokik momi chenyokosorwech momi neibe atwa ko kakerirye chepyosok kakemong'u en korikyok kosorwech kityo amun mokitinye toretet tomo koib hatua agetugul ibwone kityo konyokonam tugun chekokikochi akoba keng'etu tabusiek osorwech en serikalit osorwech yamosorwech kotokebendi taa takemwechin olimbo kap DC konyokotoretech amun kokebetye.
Ak eng logoiwek choto chebo urerioshek ko kakiyai labatet nebo kapsisiywa community run nekayum rwoik chemengechen ak cheechen nekakiyai eng komosta nebo kapsisiywa ole kaboibochi meng'ikab kebeberata labatanata ole kaiwekchi kongoi tetik chebo labatanata kosubkei ak nekaibwat koibchi icheket labatet ako kaek noto konunotiot noto nebo Christmas ko kinyoru report noto eng koindo kobun sirindenyo Isaac Kogei.
Labatanoto kaketet eng kiwanjetab sukulitab Kapsisiywa Secondary School nemite eng county nebo Nandi kokatach rwoik chemengechen akoi biik chotok cheechen nekotok kokatach kokwotinwek chotok labatet noto nemwoe kole kikoken eng kasarta nekoi.
Kararan labatet nga kang'wan kosito amu asista weta tuguk chekau lakini tugul eng tugul awekchini kongoi Jehova amu kakotoret kakosuldewa. Kamache aisto ng'alekab ugonjwoshek ak aisto ng'alekab ugonjwoshek chebo borto.
Ng'wan labatetab Kapsisiywa rani amu kakoristo. Kikomokong'wan nebo ng'elel tarit amu ki asista. Rani ko kang'wan koristo kabisa.
Amu achame talentet nekikisipto kialabati en sukul, alabati aibe kiasipamande kianam ami kilasit 3 aite national.
Boibochin icheket labatetab Kapsisiywa community run kosubkei ak kit noto nemwoe kole kaib katuiyetab biikab kokwotinwek chotok ko oret agenge noto nebo kanaptaetab talentaishek.
Kangetau taune tai akilgei ndakit finishing ande akilgei iba yatyi biik renjit.
Kacham kabisa labatani brani atinye kenyisiek 5 ako kaboibochi kabisa labatani brani ako kalechi bichu kochobe labatani sitokokonech amu kakoek labatet kora nekibo boisiek kakobwa labatet as kelen boisiek tugul oeke kiwanja kibelgei tugul.
Ilosu icheket Barnabas Korir eng kakwautiet noto nekaib labatanoto konyo gaa nekaikochi icheket kora boroindo noto nebo konyor konunotoik.
Aboiboenjini officials chekoorganisani this race alini kongoi kobwat komie ako ngotestai kila siko encouragen.
Labatet nekwo labati ko labatet ngapirsan tarik 16 ako kabelishe kora ako ndakiwekto let yo oye abire mazoezi nebo kwanut hakikisha nale kakucham.
Nilianza hii mbio nilikuwa namba 6 kwenda karibu mwisho nikakuja na finishing nikaenda mpaka namba 2.
Kobun nebo kenjeret eng Central Rift Abraham Mutai ak ofisaek alak chotok chetonondochin labatet. Ko labatetab Kapsisiywa komite eng kwenutab labatoshek chotok kikitete eng kokwotinwek ko oret agenge noto nebo kamang'unetab talentaishek ak boroindo noton bo kotoret biik eng kirindaetab mionwogik.
Kokitou koki region ke pilot na program nebo community cross country ako focus nebo the cross country kekere ng'alekab talent identification. Kimeche ke identify talent at a younger age amu ole kekerte kebut ko category nekakerwai kerwai akoi under 16. That is the official category. Ak chokomi anyun chebo veterans amu mi kora sigik chekemut lagok kikochin ichek nafas kong'ete 45 akoi chito netinye angot kenyisiek 100 kolabat kora. Amune sikeyai kuni kebut ko keker kele ngechop events cheechen kong'etune kityo korwoik chechoto kikorwochi emoni cherwoe events choto ko chun alak kobwone kityo amanyo komekani impact neo amu kikure noto ko rwoyak professionals.
Nekurani kokebwa community runs kakoelesanwech chairman mzuri ole kitoune talent age tugul ko mashinani. So kakibwa kapsisi warani nekingen achek kele yu ko rich eng talent. King'ololi kouni ko kapsisi ko kikomong biik chechang kong'ete keny chekingen achek kong'ete boisiek chok chekimi keny ole kinye angot Pius Talam chekibo Olympics ole kinye 1960s.
Tegetinye labatoshe chu ko 19 chekebendi kerononi. So labatet netai ko kiai Kabrasang which ko involveni the boy child. So kokitinye mentorship nebo boy child and then the climax was kokiresit nebo lagok ak biik cheechen. Nitok ko kotoret ke identify young talents ak kemuch ke monitor during their school time ak holidays. So kimeche ketestai kunitok asikemuch kiweku labatet kowek konyo Nandi kuengeny.
Kakimong talents ako talentaisiek chotok kakimong eng betutab rani korwoik chotok chebo betusiek chotok chebo tai. Kong'ete kiwanjet notok nebo kapsisiwo nemitei eng county nebo Nandi, logoiwekab rediosiek chebo Kass, kainenyu ko Isaac Kokei.
Kokoyoto ko kakeit let eng logoiwekab emet chekaitun eng nguni kong'ete Kass TV. Kainenyu ko Bernard Tanoi amakon kit age tugul nemie testai iker Kass TV amu kimnotet naet